Hello Internet friends, today we are going to review the music by Konextrax. This song is called Live Forever, and let's read a small bio and get an idea of what the project is about. For me as an artist, I am 20 years old. I've been featured on the Hype magazine and Hollywood Times mag, along with two printed magazines from Jamsphere. Through my life growing up, I had the battle with my symptoms of AuDHD, but in that I discovered a massive passion for music. I picked up my first doll when I was 7. You started really early, that's awesome, according to my mom, but I always been into EDM, especially into the heavier stuff like Dubstep and Riddim. I initially picked music production when I started my professional career in 2021 under the alias Konextrax. Roughly around 23-24, I really got into colorbass and I noticed everyone loved it. So I wanted to make it. So my voice could be heard, but in that I lost a lot of uniqueness and why I originally started trying to make it through hard times when it felt like no one was by my side. So this is my second to last release. My last will be an album of a bunch of unreleased projects, but that's not to say I'm quitting. I'm actually rebranding to this is a lot of wildflower, probably is. I'm gonna write it somewhere. I'm gonna leave it in the description. It's a name without vowels, which is pretty common for younger artists, and it's interesting. I like it, but sometimes it's kind of confusing. If you want, the Instagram account is up, just not released yet. I'm managed by the Electro-Step network, and I run a label for that. I finally was able to officiate as an LLC. That's awesome, and you're really young, so this is going to be pretty interesting. Pretty lot of backstory and stuff going on at a young age. So yeah, without much further ado, I'm gonna grab my trusty headphones and let's give it a listen.
I just want
This was an interesting track. I wish I could produce like that when I was 20. Sounds really nice. There are some stuff that I will change, but that's why we are here uh, doing this review. I like to get technical, and especially with its EDM and the electronic music is my area and my favorite music to produce also. So yeah, let's start a little bit with with the mix. There are some stuff in the mix that I probably will have done differently. It's like I will have the sub bass more present. It's bass music at the end of the day. It's there. I mean, everything is there. It's not that it's lacking anything or something. It's because I've listened to some tracks that they usually lack something. No, everything I like is there. It's just that I will do some stuff differently. Probably the sub bass is there, but it's supposed to be bass music. I would like it to have it more stronger with more presence. It's not again stuff. I will probably use a saturation just to make it more present and a little bit more compressed, but it's not something just raising the volume. It's just like the bass is sounding. Sounds a little bit flabby, and I will add some saturation to make it more in your face. Yeah, there is the other thing with the lead. It has a nice lead going on like, but really in the background, and it's like battling with the vocal. And that's the other thing with the vocal. I like the vocal and the reverb make it sound ethereal or something, but I understand the idea. The vocal is driving the song, is the driving element, but I feel like it's like present on the entire track. So I would like to have this question and answer thing. It's like one element sounds and the other responds. With the lead will be interesting instead of having the vocal ethereally propagating to the track all the time. So yeah, it's like the vocal something makes something and vanishes, and then the lead comes back and responds. That will be nice. It's like the vocal is and happening all the time, and the lead is on top all the sometimes, but the vocal is all the time there. I hope I make myself understand with this one, because it's like what I'm trying to say is like the vocal is nice, but it's like all over the track probably, and the tail of the reverb is on the track. But this just like turn it off sometimes, make the lead do its thing, and then come back with the vocal, not just leaving it on the background. And that's what I meant. And I would like to have the lead more present. It's a nice lead, but it's like too in the background to figure out what's happening. Is there, but it sounds nice, but I would like to have the lead more present. And the other thing that I wasn't a big fan, probably I like the track, but it was the kick. The kick is like this kind of kick that sounds like really like boxy, and when there is part like this, like building up the energy with the kick, it's really boxy and in your face. And probably if you like the kick, try something that I learned making techno, because techno sometimes the elements are just percussion or whatever. Tune the kick down on this one, or you can turn it up on another track or whatever. Tuning up the percussion is something I realized so many producers ignore or whatever. I like to tune the drums. I don't use a tuner or whatever. I just do it by ear. It's like, oh, I like this sample, but it's too bright. I just tune it down. Oh, this kick is a little bit darker, but it's working on this track. Let's tune it up. Like that. I will cut a little bit of the middle because sound a little bit boxy. On the building up part, when all the elements are together, it sounds better, but on that building up part, it sounds a little bit on the boxier side. So I will probably cut a little bit of that middle to hide where is the boxiness living, and tune it up down a little bit. Well, in the order of ideas, it would be better to tune it down first and then search for the frequency that should be attenuated to avoid the voxiness, but you get me, it's like in that order of ideas. And yeah, that's it. The sound design of the bass and the warping things that are happening actually sounds pretty great. Like I mentioned, I wish I could produce like this when I was 20. You are doing a great work, and you're also really young, so you are doing a great work with it. So yeah, I do really like the eeriness and all the sound design happening is like taking you to another dimension where everything is bending. So now we're talking about the things I like. I really like that. It's like really ethereal vocals that takes you to another dimension with all that reverb and sounds ethereal and that kind of stuff. It's really nice, and I do really like the sound design, like how the sounds blend and warp in the background, and that they are doing a really nice stuff. I wish I could produce like that when I was 20. I say it again because it's really great. But we were talking about what could be better, which is what I do on these reviews and what I will do differently. But it's just like some stuff in the mix, little stuff, but the track overall it's great and it's enjoyable and it's really interesting. I had that some time without receiving an electronic track like this that has this layering and stuff happening, and it's a really interesting track that I did really enjoy. So Konextrax, Live Forever, nice track, enjoyable. Be careful with the mix and that kind of stuff, with the kick in the middle and that kind of tune it up or whatever. The bass can get more saturation to make it more present. At the end of the day, it's bass music also, electronic music, its foundation is bass and the sub bass. And yeah, that's it. And the lead, make more present the lead. The lead is usually what I will call the hook. Sometimes it's the thing that people get on their memories. Is the lead, the thing that drill their minds and stays there. So make it more present. Don't be ashamed of making more present the lead, because it was nice, but I felt it was a little bit in the background. But overall, great track. I did really like this. So yeah, I really like this experience. Live Forever, Konextrax, and man, you're really young. You have a bright future. Just keep doing it, get better at it. But you are already good. I'm really enjoying this track. I really enjoy the music, the ideas, and especially the sound design was really interesting. Just practice a little bit more with the mix. Oh, there is something I forget to mention, but it's just a little stuff. I was looking at my audio interface and I had to rack the volume a little bit more than usual. I usually know where it sits to be comfortable for me, and I had to raise it a little bit more, so probably push the mastering stage a little bit more, the limiter. You're going to lose some dynamic range, whatever, but electronic music is about being a banger, you know, hit hard, commercial, and sound loud in the club, you know, to make the speakers pump some air. So on the mastering phase, a little bit push a little bit more harder that limiter. I personally use FabFilter Pro L2. I know it's expensive, but I don't know if you're using Ableton or whatever, has an integrated limiter. Ableton 12 make their limiter better, but I'm so used to Pro L2 that that's what I use. But yeah, push the track a little bit more. I used to, back in the day, a plugin called T-Rax 1. I don't know if they are still making it. T-Rax 1 was really good for mastering with just one plugin and make the stuff bang a little bit more. Yeah, one processor is $9.99. I've seen it discount a lot of times, cheaper, or just buy the bundle. The bundle is worth it, but yeah, it's just me getting on the longer sidetracked here. Is like push the mastering a little bit more. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it right here. Hope you enjoyed this review. I enjoyed the song. Just remember to move some stuff, and also take my advice with a grain of salt. My idea here is to help, but every mind is different, every production is different, and not every track needs the same, so I'm leaving it right there. So yeah, hope you like it, and hope to see you on another one. Bye.